Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If it's your first time being here and you like all this agricultural related stuff, we publish twice a week, so give it a subscribe, and every time we publish a new video you will then be notified about it. Today here, as you can see, we're finishing off the tipping trailer. This tipping trailer isn't ours, it belonged to another man, and he just wanted to fix it up and keep it for the odd general farm job. It won't get a crazy amount of use, but a handy item nonetheless to have around the farm. It had no back door, and we extended up the front of it there just to give it a bit of extra capacity. It's mostly my father done I suppose the makings of it really. I wasn't too involved. I just done the welding and painting. As you can see, we've it painted there now. It was just painted today, and I'll probably pull it out tomorrow. He's putting a set of lights on it, so once all that's done, she'll be more or less ready to go. There was actually a bit of making in the back door. You'd be surprised how much time goes into these bits and pieces. I suppose all in all there was probably, I suppose if you stuck at it hell for leather, you'd probably have it done in a week. The floor has been resheeted as well, and just general strengthening of the chassis and sort of straightening it a bit. It was, when it was tipping, it was inclined to twist, so that's all straightened up and fixed now, and she's more or less ready to go once she gets her lights done. So I'll just give a quick walk around it and show you what's what. Obviously that's the back door. You've seen me welding bits and pieces of that before. Made up a handle mechanism for latching it. Tail lights are well tucked in underneath it. They fairly well protected, I hope. And obviously the butts, them butts came with it. We painted them with paint we had there. Try and get the timber to soak it in before we went putting on the blue paint, as you'd be repeatedly painting over and over it, trying to get it to soak in. So that's kind of her. As you can see above the top, we just extended the front of it there a small bit, just to give them that bit of extra. Hold on, we'll wait for this to focus. Doesn't seem to want it. That's a bit better. Just to give them an extra bit of capacity. So that's kind of it, all in all. As you will already have seen, you've seen me painting it now. You've seen the blue paint. Bit of a trick or a tip for this time of the year. When paint is cold, it goes ferociously thick. It's very hard to get it out of the gun. And if you heat the paint, you get a nice. It flows a bit nicer, and you also get a deeper shine to it. It won't go as dull as it would when it'll be cold. You'll get that bit more of a shine. And that's what we've done. Now when I say heat the paint, I don't mean set fire to the paint or whatever. Basically just kind of bring it up to normal temperature, maybe 20 degrees, that kind of way. What I do sometimes is I'll put the can into very hot water, or put it somewhere where it'll be just getting nice and warm. Obviously warm enough that you can still touch it, but it definitely goes on a lot nicer. It flows a lot better when it's that bit warm. So that's a bit of a tip for you for if you're doing kind of spraying like this in this time of the year. Just heat your paint a small bit and it'll make it a lot nicer to put on, and you'll get a lot nicer deeper shine in your finish. So I said I'd add that bit in, and just a little tip to share with you. Funnily enough, the chassis had actually no, I suppose the tipping chassis had no reinforcements in it. It wasn't reinforced at all, so the flex must have been fairly cruel when she was tipped. But there's a couple of them gone into it now, so it should make her a bit more rigid when she's tipping, and less likely to twist. Just gave the wheels a shot of silver paint, just kind of freshen up that side of it, and she's more or less ready to go. I suppose when these trailers were made, they weren't behind big tractors, or they weren't carrying big loads, because this trailer is probably a lot of 30 years old, if not more, 40 years old I would suppose, and you know, there was probably behind a small tractor carrying a handy load, which it's capable of carrying a small bit more now, but the trailer won't be overworked. Probably do 3 or 4 loads in the year, I'd imagine, so hopefully it'll last them a long time now. That's basically all about the trailer. Our next job, which will be tomorrow, I've just shot up there now a few minutes ago, and I've done a bit of a sort of a comparison, I suppose you call it. I just shunned the lights into a shed of the 6290, and tomorrow I'll be changing them over to the LEDs. They're a fine looking light. You know, a lot of the time those LED lights, they don't look great when you compare them to the originals. They don't look the best, but these are actually a lovely looking light. They're pleasing to look at, I suppose you call it. So we'll get stuck into fitting them tomorrow, and tomorrow evening we'll shine them into the same shed, and you'll be able to see a direct comparison between the LED ones and the halogen ones, which they are only about a year old, so it's going to be quite a good comparison. You know, if them lights were on the tractor since first day, you'd be saying, oh, obviously there'd be a big difference, but we're practically going from a new light to a new LED light, so it'll be nice to see the difference. Other than that, we have a nice bit to do this week. Not land orientated or agri orientated. We need to go and pick up a machine, and we need to move a machine, move a track machine, and we need to get our Christmas tractor ready. And our Christmas tractor is probably going to be the TM, so because that's not really been used at the minute, and that'll be able to be sit there. So maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'll probably get stuck into lighting her up, getting the Christmas lights on her, and ready for, I suppose, just ready to be done and ready to film that and show you all of that. Other than the tipping trailer, the Forza Major is kind of at a standstill. There hasn't been a whole pile done to it lately. We'll get stuck into that maybe over the Christmas, and once we get into the new year, obviously we'll be back kind of getting busy at ag work again, so it'll probably quieten down this kind of side of it. So that's the basics of it. This is probably going to be a short enough video. It's just something to keep you ticking over for the middle of the week, as I haven't had the chance to film a whole pile this week. We've been at various kind of messy little bits and pieces, so just a kind of an update on what's been going on. This is finished now. The Massey tomorrow. You'll be watching the Massey the weekend. So if there's anything in general you would all like to see, give me a few ideas, drop a few comments, and let me know what you'd like me to go through or talk about. I know someone wanted to see a bit of the workshop gear, the welder and the plasma cutter and all of that. We've no welder at the moment. My MIG welder packed up there the other day, so that's gone away to be fixed by the crowd that sell them, and should have that back tomorrow hopefully. The plasma cutter, I'm actually out of consumable bits for the plasma cutter, and with the way the whole courier situation is at the moment, you're waiting quite a bit for parts. We have seals that need to be fitted to the Volvo loader, the lift ram seals. Probably do them over the course of the next few days again as well. So all in all, plenty to keep us going, but you let me know what you'd like to see, and over the next week or two, I want to kind of give you a good few videos over Christmas. That, you know, like I said in the last video, kill the boredom a bit. Something kind of over the few days of Christmas that'll, I suppose, when you're sitting down home, you know, you're looking for something different to see. Well, then you tell me what you want to see, and I'm definitely open to ideas on what you would like to see in the yard or whatever. So that's it from me. And I will be speaking to you when this video is published tomorrow. Just hit me in the comments, and any feedback greatly appreciated. So thanks very much, and we'll see you later.